This video is all about Hunter PGP and PGJ rotor sprays, the world's best-selling rotor sprays. Hi, Nancy again. Yep, you guessed it. I was a videographer for this project. But Tom's more familiar with these sprinklers, so I'm going to hand the mic over to him to tell you all about them.
Thank you, dearest. If you're just watching this video to learn about the PGJs, I encourage you to watch the entire video because there are concepts here that will apply to both PGPs and PGJs. Well, like Nancy said in the intro, Hunter's PGP rotor spray is the world's most popular rotor spray and has been since it was introduced in 1981. Since then, they have made many improvements and have bundled the best of them into the PGP Ultra. This enhanced version can include an optional check valve which is typically used at the base of slopes to help minimize low head drainage. This video will focus on the PGP Ultra since it's awesomer than the standard PGP. The PGP Ultra is all I use. We'll also discuss its fun-size counterpart, the PGJ, a bit later. Before we get started, I want to preface that the I-20 is an upgrade to the already awesome PGP Ultra. The I-20 is available in plastic and stainless steel shafts and uses the same nozzles as the PGP Ultra. There are other great benefits, but just think of the I-20 as a pricier upgrade to the PGP Ultra. The best things about the PGP Ultra over the standard PGP are improved nozzle design. The PGP nozzles have a flat top, making it easier to install correctly. The nozzles spray more efficiently. The nozzles are numbered according to how many gallons per minute they use. This makes doing the math out in the field much easier. They have an optional rack of low-angle nozzles available. These are beneficial for certain slope situations and in windy conditions. These nozzles are the same ones as the I-20 model uses. There are 34 nozzles to choose from. Full 360-degree clockwise rotation instead of rotating back and forth like the standard PGP does. I want to touch on doing the math in the field. For greater efficiency and better coverage, it's better to know your pressure and water flow stats. Without going into great detail here, there are several things to keep in mind. Is your system using dirty water like lake, pond, creek, or well water? If so, then watch my video about that. What's your static water pressure? That's the pressure at the water source. What's your working water pressure? That's the water pressure at the furthest head from the sprinkler valve when operating. What size is your feed pipe? And what size are your lateral pipes? From this basic information, you can calculate how many gallons per minute your lines can handle. An example is, if you have 1-inch Schedule 40 PVC piping, then your line can handle about 12 gallons per minute. So if you install 5 PGPs with 2.0 nozzles, then you have some wiggle room. It's always best to stay under your limit. Regarding working water pressure, the ideal water pressure for PGPs at the furthest head from the valve is 45 to 50 psi. Hey, before we leave the math section of this video, I want to tell you about an exciting new document I've created for you to make the nozzle GPM calculations super quick and easy. Just type in the amount of PGP Ultra, I-20, or PGJ nozzles of each type you need, and it automatically tallies the GPM and the number of heads per line and per project. It's that easy. Once you're done, you can print it out and take it with you or provide it to your client. To purchase this document, use the link below this video to visit the Sprinkler Pros Academy store. When you purchase it, you get access to a short instruction video too. I created this spreadsheet almost 30 years ago and it makes my calculations so quick and easy. Now back to the video. If you have more than 60 psi, then you'll begin experiencing atomizing, which folks commonly call fogging. This dynamic isn't good because the water turns to a mist and blows away instead of reaching the distance it should. When you purchase rotor sprays at home centers or hardware stores, they won't include the nozzle racks. You can purchase them on the sprinklers page of my resources site linked below, though. The place to get rotor sprays that do include the nozzle rack is at a professional irrigation supply like Ewing Outdoor Supply and Site 1 Landscape Supply. Keep in mind that when using the standard nozzles that come with the PGP Ultras, they're not considered matched precipitation nozzles. Matched precipitation nozzles means that regardless of what the arc is, the water distribution is the same for every head, whether the arc is 90 degrees, 180 degrees, or 360 degrees, or somewhere in between. Examples of matched precipitation nozzles are Rainbird standard nozzles and Hunter MP rotator nozzles. The MP in MP rotators stands for matched precipitation. By the way, the rates on this chart are based on a 180 degree arc, so any other arc will need adjusted calculations for your project. Why does that matter? For the sake of example, let's say you install all 2.0 nozzles on your heads. And let's say your 180 degree heads need to run 30 minutes to put down the needed amount of water per cycle. That means that a 90 degree head on that same line will put down twice as much water, and a 360 degree head will only put down half as much water per square inch as the 180 degree. Make sense? Well, this is why your corner areas may look nice and green while the open areas where you have the 360 degree heads may be dry and brown. We're assuming you have head-to-head coverage in these examples. If you have 180s on the same line as 360s, then the 360s are only putting down half as much water as they should. Savvy? So what's the solution so that they all put down about the same amount of water per square inch in general? There are three solutions. One, you purchase the matched precipitation nozzles available through my resources site. Two, you put the 90s on one line, the 180s on a second line, and for sure the 360s on a separate line. Thirdly, calculate which nozzles will give you about the same precipitation rate regardless of what arc they spray. You'll need to be sure your line can handle the load and the sprays will reach each other. Precipitation rate, commonly nicknamed precip rate, is the amount of water that's put down per square inch of area. Why am I giving you all this information? Because most installations are done without any of this information taken into consideration, even amongst so-called professionals. This shows in system after system that I've seen over the years. The biggest telltale sign is the dry areas in the lawn. It's so prolific that I've come to expect it. There's much more detail that could be shared to avoid these issues, so if you'd be interested in learning this, then say so in the comments section. I can teach you how to install awesome installations with impeccable coverage, but I need to know there's enough interest before creating the guide. Now that we've covered the foundational information about PGPs, let's go over some of the installation basics. Once you've decided on the nozzle you need for your PGP Ultra, pull up the shaft using the PGP tool and hold up the shaft using the nozzle insertion collar. The PGP spring is very strong, so the shaft can be difficult to hold up without the collar. Remove the nozzle from the nozzle tree and insert it into the shaft using your thumb. Once it's in, then use the PGP tool again to lower the screw over the top of the nozzle to hold it in place. Now you're ready to install the PGP. The ultimate way to install it is on a swing arm so you can have optimum adjustment ability. The bottom inlet on PGPs are 3/4 inch thread. If you're using a swing arm, you can use ones that have 3/4 inch Marlex elbows on them. If you're using a 4.0 nozzle or smaller, then you can use a 1/2 inch Marlex elbow, but you'll need a 3/4 by 1/2 threaded bushing. The other way to install them is to use a cutoff riser. You can use these 3/4 by 6 inch cutoff risers, or again, if you're using a 4.0 nozzle or less, then you can use a 1/2 inch by 6 inch cutoff riser with a 3/4 by 1/2 inch threaded bushing. There are also these cutoff extensions that can be used if needed. The bonnet needs to be just above the soil surface in ideal situations. If you have the bonnet below the soil, then whenever the shaft rises and lowers, then it can pull dirt down with it and wear out the seal and score the shaft, causing it to eventually get stuck up or down or leak. Be sure you turn the turret to the far right before screwing the body onto the fitting. This ensures that when you've completely screwed it on, that the arrow is pointing to the right as you're behind the head. The stationary side of the PGP is the right side. All adjustments are made off of this starting point. You may need to tweak the position of the body once you turn on the line to make the adjustments. PGPs come factory set at 180 degrees. If you need more or less than 180, then you can use the PGP tool to make your initial arc adjustment before you turn on the water, so you can get it as close as possible before turning on the water and making your final adjustments. I recommend burying the body and sweeping any surfaces before turning on the water to avoid making muddy messes. Activate the zone you're working on, and first be sure the right side is set correctly. You must let the spray return to the right on its own. Manually turning the turret won't give you an accurate adjustment. Once the right is set, then you can use the tool to adjust the arc. To speed things up, you can turn the turret manually, but you need to let it finish the arc on its own in both directions for an accurate adjustment. Now that the arc is set, you can adjust the distance. You want a nice fan spray or rooster tail to water effectively, and it must reach all the neighboring heads. Flag them if needed to make it easier. If it won't reach the other heads, then they're too far apart and need to be moved accordingly, or you need to try the next size up nozzle. Equal spacing between heads is ideal, as shown here. Think of the J in PGJ as junior, like PGP Junior. Before we get to the PGJs, I want to explain something that won't be obvious to most people. Just because the PGJ is a smaller head doesn't mean that it costs less or uses less water than the PGP in all instances. Compare these charts. The PGJs come with 2.0 nozzles pre-installed at the factory. At the optimum pressure of 40 psi, the PGJ uses 2 gallons per minute, or GPM, to reach 25 feet under perfect conditions, whereas the PGP Ultra only requires 1.5 gallons per minute to reach the same distance. Now, to make my point quicker, if you need to reach about 33 feet, the PGJ uses 4 gallons per minute, yet the PGP Ultra only needs 2 gallons per minute. That's half the amount of water than the PGJ. You apply that to all the other heads on that line, and that can easily overload the line. That's why it's critical to do the math before you begin an installation or replace heads or nozzles with rotor sprays. So, what are the benefits of using PGJs? Well, just because they're smaller, don't think they cost less, because they're typically a couple dollars more than the PGP Ultras because of supply and demand. First, PGJs are smaller and easier to handle. Secondly, they have 1/2 inch inlets, so they can be attached to 1/2 inch fittings. This can be beneficial if you're converting from standard pop-ups to rotor sprays. Thirdly, they spray shorter distances than the PGP Ultra standard nozzles using the included nozzle rack.
They're so cute.
Starting with the nozzle, if you need another nozzle other than the 2.0 nozzle that's pre-installed, then remove the nozzle that's in the PGJ by backing out the screw to release the nozzle. Then using the PGP tool, pop the nozzle out. Remove the wanted nozzle from the rack, pull up the shaft using the PGP tool, and insert the nozzle into the shaft and secure it with the screw. Just like any sprinkler head, the ultimate way to install them is on a swing arm for maximum adjustment flexibility. If you're not using a swing arm, then I recommend a 1/2-inch cutoff riser. When you install the PGJ, first turn the turret to the far right and line up the arrow with your right lawn edge. The PGJ arcs come set at their minimum of 40 degrees. You can now use the PGP tool to adjust the arc as needed. Once you get the arc set, then check the distance. Again, if you need to spray further or closer, then change the nozzle to suit. Special note about PGJs. PGJ nozzle sprays are not designed to be deflected using the screw like the PGPs are. If you need to reduce the distance, then use a nozzle that sprays a shorter distance. If you crank that screw down to try to deflect the spray, the screw may fall out. I have the nozzle racks on my resources site. Well, I hope this helped you in your research about rotor sprays. Let me know in the comments section if you have any other questions or video topics. Also let me know if you're interested in a deeper dive into any of the subjects that I cover in my videos. Remember your free downloads and the resources site where you can purchase any of the tools and products you've seen in these videos. Check out my other sites and channels listed at the bottom of all my videos, and thank you for your purchases on my resources site. Thanks for watching. See you next time.